Folks, welcome back to Dark Room Reviews. Today on the channel we're going to be discussing a little film from 2016 called Hell or High Water. Now this movie is directed by David Mackenzie and it was written by Taylor Sheridan. Now if you know Taylor Sheridan, he plays a pivotal part in series like Yellowstone, a lot of Paramount Plus projects. But this particular film really caught my attention because it got some rave reviews, and not only that, I had to jump on this one because I'm a fan of westerns, especially modern westerns with a twist, and this is right up my alley. I'll tell you guys all about it. In a desperate bid to save their family ranch, two brothers stage a series of clever bank robberies with a pair of Texas Rangers in hot pursuit. Now, if that sounds right up your alley, wait till I tell you guys some details about this movie, the characters involved, and the overall theme going into the movie. First of all, this movie is a western. It's a western set in modern times. Specifically, we're in the hot middle of summer, West Texas. There is lots of farm fields, stretches of roads, miles of road, and we're embarked on this little sort of trip with these two brothers played by Ben Foster and Chris Pine. They are electric as these two robbers who rob for a specific reason. We'll dive into that a little bit later on in the video. But yeah, this movie is all about the Texas backdrop. It is sizzling hot. It feels like there's not much to do. We're with these brothers the whole way. Now this little situation they put themselves in is they're bank robbers. They go from town to town, these little towns, and rob these little banks that have little to no customers, and they do it in the morning, in the break of dawn, just when they're about to open. That way they can make a getaway. And right away we get the sense that they're a bit of amateurs when it comes to the bank robberies themselves. They like to go in and out. They are clumsy at times. They don't want to chit chat. They just want to go in for the money, in for the kill, and head back out on the road. Now it seems like they're coming off as desperate. They're coming off as, this is our last lifeline to save our family ranch. Now we come to find out that their mother passed away. She was behind on the mortgage of their ranch, and she's in quite a bit of debt. Now they feel like it's in their interest to take over the bills, pay off the ranch, and keep it in the family once and for all. Along the way, we get to know these brothers, and it's really tragic what we're hearing, what they're discussing, what their plans are for the future, and it feels like they're on the short end of the stick, so to speak. First of all, Ben Foster is unhinged, fresh out of prison. He did like 10 years. And he has no goals, no direction. He is lost essentially, and the only thing keeping him afloat is these bank robberies. And he's not alone. His partner is his brother, his flesh and blood. His younger brother, played by Chris Pine, he has some difficulties of his own. He hasn't seen his family in a little while. He's got kids. He's behind on child support. So he comes from, a tough, troubled situation himself. And the two just are on their last leg. It seems like their body language, the way that they see these moments together we spend with them, it feels like they don't want to be with each other doing these unthinkable things. And I don't blame them. It seems like they are at wit's end with each other. They can't stand each other at times, but that's brotherly love. We also get introduced to a couple of local police, one played by Jeff Bridges. He is a sheriff who is about to retire, and he gets assigned to these brothers' robberies. Now, along with him is a local police officer and I feel like they have their own separate plot going into this movie that kind of ties into the third act when they finally catch up to the brothers. You can't really compare a modern Western to Hell or High Water, because this is one of the few that I can think of. Maybe there's a film that Taylor Sheridan was also involved with called Wind River, and Sicario. He has a real sense, a keen eye for the, Western American civilization, have an understanding of Western frontier. These two brothers are a perfect example of that. They understand where they come from. They understand the repercussions. What they're doing means, jail time or death. And they are at the front lines of this entire scenario. And they put themselves there. Their emotions and anger, I think, drive them to do these horrific little risky robberies. Now back to Jeff Bridges here. He is an interesting guy. He is very old, about to retire, but the thing is, he strikes up a conversation with his partner, and he's at a crossroads himself. He doesn't see himself golfing every day. He can't see himself going fishing. So he's at the point like, do I really want to retire? I think it's time. And so he can't make up his mind. He's not very likable. He is very rude. He says offensive things, but he has this knowledge of, again, the Western frontier, what, his ancestors, where they came from. And his partner is half Native American, half Mexican. And he said, again, back to what he was saying, he says some offensive things to his partner, calls him half-breed. It just goes overboard what this guy's all about. But like I said, it's offensive. He's rude. He's not very likable. But the one thing that keeps these guys together is they are on the case of going to town, tracking the brothers down. Now, little by little, we see them catch up because these brothers leave trails of breadcrumbs. And that's not a good thing in this movie. They are on the run. They are smart when it comes to ditching the vehicle. Each robbery consists of a different vehicle they drive in, and so that they cover the tracks to that degree. I feel like the plot itself, the idea of trying to save their family ranch, kind of gets sidetracked, kind of gets lost in this thrill ride of a movie. But in the end, one of these guys walks away scot-free, and the other, unfortunately, does not. Guys, give this video a thumbs up. Guys, have you seen Hell or High Water from 2016? Let me know in those comments below. Have you seen any project by Taylor Sheridan, whether it's Yellowstone or Tulsa? Stay tuned for more content.